Hello, this is Brian, Carrie, and Morgan, and our presentation and report is on wall, plaster, and gypsum. First, I'm just going to go over the vocabulary words, and the first set of vocabulary words are for gypsum. First word is banding, and it's a texture that will appear to have a variety of color or texture because the absorption rate of the joints is much quicker than the surrounding walls. The second one is a corner bead. It's a metal piece that protects corners from damage. So there are two diagrams below that kind of give you an illustration of what those vocabulary words are. Dimple, a depression in the gypsum board created by a hammer when nailing gypsum to the wall. Drywall, it's another name for gypsum board. Foil back, gypsum board with backing of a thin sheet of aluminum. Gypsum board, a board consisting of thick layers of paper with a gypsum material core. It's a combination of calcite, gypsum starch, water, and other additives. And there are an image below with the joist and gypsum board to give you kind of an image of what that looks like, and then there's also a picture of what gypsum board looks like. Metal trim, it provides a protection for openings such as doors and windows. It also provides a protection when board is placed on another material like concrete. Mud, it's a joint compound. It's a white substance similar to plastic used to seal joints between sheets of drywall. Orange peel, it's a texture finish applied to gypsum board, a splatter effect that hides seams and imperfections in the wall. Below in the left-hand corner is an image of a wall that has an orange peel texture. Perforated joint tape, a tape that is applied to seams and joints to give the strength and reinforcement. The perfections help with adherence. Also with the orange peel, it can be put on by spray texture in a bottle, and there's a picture of that below. Photograph, it's a shadowing of the finished joint areas through the surface decoration. Sheetrock, a trade name for gypsum board and simultaneously used for gypsum board. Substrate, the base material which a finish will be applied or which a finish is supported. Tapered edge, edges of the gypsum board that are tapered to accommodate joints, compound, and tape. Water rock and green board that is water resistant and is used in wet areas to prevent water damage. And that would be like the kitchen and the bathroom. And these are the vocabulary words for the second section, which is plaster. It's a brown coat, or brown coat is a second layer applied to plaster walls. Sometimes a fine materials like hair are added to give strength to the coat. Finish coat. The last layer of plastic, usually white with finished texture. Lathe, wood, metal, or gypsum board foundation. It's the foundation of the wall and it's the first layer. Plaster. It is a building material used for coating walls and ceilings. Plaster starts as a dry powder similar to mortar or cement, and like those materials, it is mixed with water to form a paste which liberates heat and then hardens. Unlike mortar and cement, plaster remains quite soft after setting and can be easily manipulated with metal tools or even a sandpaper. These characteristics make plaster suitable for finishing rather than a load-bearing material. Rock lathe. It is a lathe made from gypsum board. Scratch coat. The first layer of plaster applied to the wall. Okay, for plaster, there are advantages and disadvantages. Plaster is strong. It has different effects for finishes and for moldings. It corrects wall imperfections. For the disadvantages, it is labor intensive during the installation process. It can crack and break due to pressure, and if you do not mix the right mixture of plaster, there could have cracks in it and other effects that are bad. And it is also permeable to water. gypsum. The advantages: it has easy installation, easy repair, availability, low initial cost, pre-manufactured, fire resistant, it has acoustic control. And the disadvantages: it can be easily damaged, water dissolves the board compounds if it is exposed, and it is very heavy. For plaster, to apply it, step 1, you use a trowel to place a mound of veneer plaster onto the hawk. Step 2, scoop up some plaster with a trowel, making sure it's centered on its blade. Step 3, smear the plaster on the wall with the trowel using an unsweeping motion. Step 4, turn over the trowel and work with plaster down. Maintain even pressure to produce a thin, smooth plaster coat. Continue working across the wall using stilts or step ladder to reach high areas.